Now, it says here that the mass, m grams. Thank you for liking my live. Guys, help me to like and share the video, please. Okay, they say here that the mass m grams of a cylindrical clay is directly proportional to the cube of its radius. Okay, maybe let me just try and zoom in a bit. Okay, the mass m grams of a cylindrical clay is directly proportional to the cube of its radius. R, I'm guessing RCM lah. R centimeters. Okay, the mass of the cylindrical clay is increased by 700%. Calculate the percentage increase in the radius of the cylindrical clay. So there's two parts to this question. There's two topics lah really here. One is mensuration. Okay, mensuration. So mensuration, what do I need to know from mensuration? I need to know what the volume of a cylinder is. So I'm just gonna write that down here. Hold on, let me get this thing working. Anybody can remember what the volume of a cylinder is? You should know. I mean, if you're taking the O-levels this year, definitely you would have already revised this. So volume of cylinder, that's going to be pi r square height. Okay, now what is mass? Mass is volume times density, right? Oh, wait a minute, I don't need to use this, my bad. Okay, scratch this. So it says that the mass is directly proportional to the cube of its radius. So the mass directly proportional to the cube of its radius. So all I need to do here, this is a direct proportion question, direct proportion question. So we take m directly proportional to r cube, and therefore m is equals to k r cube. Okay, where k is an arbitrary constant. Or I can just say it's a constant. I don't have to say arbitrary, it's a constant. Okay guys, so when you have an equation like this, m equals to kr cube, where k is a constant, you would realize that your m and your r, they are variables. Okay, they can vary. Okay, they can vary, they can vary. So I can increase my r, I can increase my m. Obviously, increasing my r will cause me to increase my m. Right? You make the radius of the cylinder longer. That means you make the cylinder bigger. The mass of the cylinder is going to increase. You guys copy that? Yeah. So it says that the mass of the cylindrical clay is increased by 700%. Can you see that? Increased by 700%. So calculate the percentage increase in the radius of the cylindrical clay. So how do we do that? Okay, so this involves a lot of algebra. So number one, we can say that let the initial mass be m naught. Okay, m naught. What is naught? This thing over here. Or you can call it m original. It can be seen as an O. The O there stands for original. So what's the original value of m? What's the original value of m? We don't know. So we're just going to call it m subscript O. M subscript O. So when the initial mass is m subscript O, the corresponding, okay, maybe I shouldn't write it there. The corresponding radius will be R subscript O. Alright? So we can write M subscript O equals to K R subscript O with a cube on top. Now, why are we doing this, guys? Why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to find what K is. Alright, I say again, we're trying to find what K is. And remember we said that K is a constant, right? So my K is going to be R cube over M cube. Okay, and the O's are important here. The O's are important here. Okay, maybe I'm going to have to open up another page here. If you just join us, we're going through the set of notes we went through last week. There were 10 questions in the notes. So we've done questions 1 to 6 last week. We're doing 7, 8, 9, 10 this week. Okay guys, so when M subscript O is increased by 700%, the new value of M is, now when you increase something by 100%, you are doubling its value. Alright, when you increase something by 100%, you are doubling its value. So when you increase something by 700%, you are actually increasing it by, now let's think about this. So if I increase it by 100%, I'm doubling the value. I increase it by 200%, I am tripling the value. I increase it by 300%, it becomes 4 times the value. Oh gosh, this is a headache. Okay, never mind, let me see. Let's see if Google can help me. What happens to the value of something? Okay, let's do this on my iPad so you all can see what's happening. What happens when something increases by 700%? I'm guessing it'll go to 8 times the value. Well, okay, let's look at this one. So this question on Reddit, I don't know whether you all are familiar with the forum Reddit. So a 600% increase means 7 times as much. So 700% is 8 times as much. Alright guys, so we can go back to this. The new value of M is 8M naught or 8MO. Alright, 8M, yeah, somebody said 8M, well done. I had to Google it because I've never had to deal with 700% before. Okay, so anyway, if now you have 8MO and you have K and then you have your R cube. Now, when the M increases to 8M naught, 8M, O here is 8M original, 8 times the original M, the original mass. When it increases by 8 times, does it mean the radius also increases by 8 times? No. the radius does not automatically increase by 8 times. So what we're going to do here is we're going to substitute in our k. So this is our value of k. We know that our k is this. So that can go in. That's a constant value. And then you have your r cube here. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we can bring this MO cube over here to this side, right? So it becomes 8, sorry about that, 8 MO to the power 4. And then this becomes RO cube, R cube. All right. Did we get it correct? Yeah. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So we're gonna solve for R here, obviously. Yeah. We're gonna solve for this R here. Oh, this is pretty tricky. Yeah? I didn't expect it to be this tricky. Give me a minute, guys. Let me think. When the value of M is increased by 700%, calculate the percentage increase in the radius of the cylindrical clay. Oh well, okay. So I suppose what we can do next is we can cube root R. We can bring this over to here. Okay, we can divide both sides by R naught cube. And then we cube root the R. So we get this. So we end up with 2 M naught 4 over 3 over R naught. Alright? This is strange. Why power 4? Because MO cube times MO will give me MO power 4. Something doesn't seem right here. I'm not doing something correct. What is it that I'm not doing right? Okay guys, never mind. Let's skip this question for now. Let's skip this question for now. I'll come back to it later. Come, let's try and do this. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I've come across questions similar to that, but for some reason my brain doesn't seem to be able to work on that question today. Okay, no worries. Come, let's try and do the next question. This one is a lot more manageable, I hope. Yeah, we'll come back to that question. I promise you. Let me get a glass of water. Okay, I figured out why I got the last question wrong. Careless mistake on my part, guys. Careless mistake on my part. Silly careless mistake. Okay, but never mind. We'll do 8, 9, and 10 first. Are you guys able to do question 8? Okay, maybe I'll give you all 1 more minute. 1 more minute to solve this one. So the hint here is we're supposed to make the denominators the same. Oh dear, I don't have anybody on Instagram joining me. Nobody's on Instagram. Well, at least I've got about 8 people on TikTok. Hello to everybody on TikTok. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So solve us. So when we say solve, that means we have to get the value for x. We have to find the value for x. So x equals to something. Okay? So I hope you all are able to solve this. Okay, without further ado, let's go through this question. So solve 5 over 2 minus x bracket square plus 1 over x minus 2. Okay, how do we do this? So guys, whenever you see a fraction and another fraction like this, one fraction and then another fraction, please guys, please, you have to combine. You want more time? Okay, 30 more seconds. That's all the time I can spare you. Guys, help me to like and share the video, please. Help me to like and share the video. Tell your friends about this. Okay, come, let's do this. So we are supposed to solve 5 over 2 minus x bracket square plus 1 over x minus 2 equals to 4. So what I would do is I would combine the two fractions into a single fraction. How do I do that? Okay, so combining fractions, guys, basically involves making the denominators the same. So before you make the denominators the same, you have to first ask yourself, how do I make them the same? How do I make them the same? So you notice that, this one, there's a square there. If I'm going to meddle with this, right, it's going to be a bit troubling. Going to be a bit troublesome, sorry, not troubling, troublesome. Because it has a square. This one doesn't have a square. This one is x minus 2. Then this one is x minus 2. This is 2 minus x. How do I make x minus 2 become 2 minus x? The way to do it is to multiply top and bottom with minus 1. So you'll have minus 1 over 2 minus x. Okay, remember in fractions, whatever you do to the numerator, you must also do to the denominator. Alright? Then now, when this is 2 minus x, guys, now we know, okay, all I need to do now is take this 2 minus x and multiply it with another 2 minus x. Is this for secondary school students? Yes, it is. Can you all see this? Can anybody understand this? So you went from 2 minus x to 2 minus x square. So when you went from 2 minus x to 2 minus x square, you had to multiply this with 2 minus x again. So that's why now there's a square there. But whatever you multiply below, you must also multiply on top. Alright guys? I hope you all can understand where I'm going with this. So now my denominators are the same. When my denominators are the same, I can combine them into a single fraction. Can understand, Now what do I do? Okay, now this thing over here, you can expand. These two you can expand, You can open up the brackets. So we open up the brackets, we'll get 5 minus 2 plus x. Okay, why? Because minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 meets the plus, still remains as minus. Minus 1 and minus x will give me x. X, positive x, you meet a plus, you still remain as positive. The denominator remains as such. Alright guys, so this is what we'll get. So 5 minus 2 is 3, 3 plus x. Now, can I get rid of the denominator? Yes, I can get rid of the denominator. How do I do that? I multiply both sides by 2 minus x bracket square. So I will end up with this. Okay? No worries, Sarah Fee, if you did the super long method, at least now you know that you shouldn't have done that. Okay, so now we have this. Now what do we do? Haven't complete yet. Must solve. So we have 3 plus x equals to 4 bracket. Okay, I'm going to expand this thing here. So a minus b bracket square will give me a square minus 2ab plus b square. I hope you all memorize that. So we have 3 plus x equals to 16 minus 16x plus 4x squared. So what do we do? Now we consolidate. So we have 4x squared minus 17x plus 13 equals to 0. Okay, it involves moving the terms around a bit. You move the terms around a bit, you will get 4x squared minus 17x plus 13. So now we factorize. Okay, using your multiplication frame. But of course, I'm an expert, I don't have to use the multiplication frame. I use 2x, 13 is a prime number. Oh dear. Maybe I'm not such an expert after all. Oh wait, hold on. You can use 4x and x. And then this can be 1, this can be 13. Alright, so to get minus 17x, I will have to put minus here and minus here. Alright, so this is how I factorize. 4x times x, 4x squared, 4x times minus 1 minus 4x, minus 13 times x, minus 13x. Minus 13 times minus 1 plus 13. Okay, great. Ken, any questions? So 4x equals to 13, x equals to 1. And then your 4x equals to 13, of course you need to divide both sides by 4 lah. So you get 13 divided by 4, which is 3 and 1/4. So these are your two answers. Do you all get that? I hope you all did. Any questions about this question? Not so difficult lah, but a bit tedious. So maths must practice lah guys. Must practice. Actually, let me give you all a tip. Once you all get your answer right, you can substitute back inside the equation to see whether you get back your 4. That one, if you got a bit of extra time, you want to see whether you're right or wrong. Okay? Alright. Let's move on. Let's move on. Can I move on? Okay, I shall move on. Okay, question number 9. Our second last question for tonight. Well, actually, our third last question because I got to go back to question 7. The diagram shows a right pyramid of height 45 cm. The volume of the liquid in the pyramid is half the volume of the pyramid. Calculate the depth HCm of the liquid. Leceh this question. Okay, guys, come on. Let's give it a try. See what you'll get for H. Trust me, it's not 45 divided by 2. Some of you might think it's 45 divided by 2. It's not 45 divided by 2. This one you must use your similar shapes. Okay, this one is the concept of similar shapes. Okay, so you all remember that in similar shapes, okay, so let's say you have, like, now you have H over 45, right? Why am I using purple? H over 45. Why H over 45? Because there are 2 pyramids in this question. There are 2 pyramids in this question. And one pyramid has a height of H. The other pyramid, the bigger pyramid, has a height of 45 cm. Okay? So, how do we use this to solve? Let's see if you all know. I wrote down H over 45. Let's see if you all can get the rest of it. Okay, we go through in 5 minutes. Can? 5 minutes time. So, what time is it now? 8:34. Okay lah, let's make it 6 minutes. I go through with you all at 8:40, okay? 8:40. Guys, help me to like and share the video, please. Like and share the video, thank you. Secondary school maths, secondary school maths. All these will be tested lah. If you're doing O-level this year, you must know this kind of questions. Very important. Guys, if you have any questions, you can type out in the comments. I'll try my best to answer lah, while waiting for everybody else to complete the question. Help me to share the live also if you can. We got 3 more questions including this one, so someone might find it useful. Actually, for this question, there's not a lot of working. Okay? For this question, you don't need to know the formula of the right pyramid. Sorry, you don't need to know the formula for volume of the pyramid. That's the beauty of this question. There's no need for you to come up with the formula for the volume. Because this is similar shapes. So similar shapes, there's this very important concept that you must remember, which is the ratio of the height, with an S, the ratio of the heights with an S, you cube it, you will get a ratio of their volumes. Okay, I say again, the ratio of their heights, when you cube, that means, take that same number, times it by itself again. You cube it, you will get the ratio of their volume. Here we know that the volume of the liquid is half the volume of the pyramid. That means the smaller pyramid is half the volume of the bigger pyramid. See that? So how? Okay, it's quite easy. I'm giving away the question already. No challenge this question. Which school is this? Mayflower. I don't know where Mayflower is. Mayflower what? Ang Mo Kio. Very simple the question. Ha ha ha. How many more weeks to O levels? I'm guessing now is prelims, right? For many of you. For those who are doing O levels this year, this month should be your prelims, right? Or is it later on? So when is the O level? O level in October. Not much time left, guys. October is also my birthday month, by the way. So I'm counting down to my birthday month. 2 months from now will be October. 2 months. 2 months. You close your eye, open your eye, close your eye, open your eye. 2 months already. Okay, very fast nowadays, I think a lot of students. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Someone just wish me happy birthday. Don't just wish lah. Maybe send me some money. Okay. Anyway, can I go through this question? Anybody needs more time? Anybody needs more time? Okay lah, just go through because I think it's really quite easy lah. Okay, so when we talk about similar shapes guys, I'm just an intern. Okay. Yeah, I'm just a coach. Okay, anyway, when we talk about similar shapes, we always have to remember this concept. The ratio of the heights, as I said, the ratio of the heights, when you cube it, you will get the ratio of the volumes. Okay. So I cube, I will get the. Okay, let's say we're going to call this pyramid over here A lah. Okay, the smaller pyramid. Okay, the smaller pyramid we call it A. And then the bigger pyramid, let's say we call it B. So H is the height of the smaller pyramid. And 45 cm is the height of the bigger pyramid. Okay, so when you cube the height, the ratio of the height, so this is the ratio of the height, guys. This fraction is the ratio of the heights. You will get volume of A over volume of B. Guys, please see when I write like this, it's not V times B. Alamak, I'm so far from the screen. Okay, when I write like this, it is not V times B, no. Some of you might think it's V times B. It's not V times B. It's V subscript B. You all know the meaning of subscript? Subscript, that means like it's a small letter B lah. It's a small letter B next to the V there. Okay? So the idea here is that this is referring to the volume of B. This is referring to the volume of A. And we know, guys, we know that this is equals to half. Right? Because they tell us that the volume of the liquid in the pyramid is half the volume of the pyramid itself. You can understand? So now we can open up this bracket here. So you open up the bracket, you get H cube over, what is 45 cube? 91,125. Equals to half. Okay, guys. Okay. So, if I'm going to cross multiply, this will give me 2h cubed equals to 91,125. So h cubed is going to be equals to 91,125 divided by 2. And then finally, when I take my h, I'm going to have to cube root whatever you see over here lah. This thing over here. Let me see cube root. Where's the cube root? Trying to find the cube root in my calculator, guys. Something doesn't seem right. Okay, anyway, the answer that I got is 35.7. 35.77 cm. Well, it seems correct lah, because obviously it should be less than 45, right? It should be less than 45. Okay, let's see. If I take this, divide it by 45, and then I were to cube it, yeah, I do get half. So, anybody else got this answer? Or you got a different answer you want to share with us? Let me ask my trusted ChatGPT whether this answer is correct or wrong. But AI sometimes not very trustworthy. Hold on guys, let me find my phone. Where's my phone? Here it is. I subscribe to this one particular AI model. So might as well use it. Chatbox AI. Okay, so question. If two similar cones or never mind, two similar cones, okay. Two similar cones have heights h and 45 cm. The volume of the smaller cone is half that the volume of the bigger cone. What is h? Alamak, this ChatGPT also don't know how to do lah. They are using the formula. Okay, never mind. I'm just interested in the answer. So this is what's happening. See? So you can also use AI a bit lah if you're stuck. Of course not in the exam. Here it says the height of the smaller cone is 27. No lah, they're wrong. Because the heights are the same as the radius. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. I think in this case the AI is wrong and I'm correct. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the answer is 35.7 cm. Oh no, I said cone. I should have said pyramid. Alamak, I told the AI is cone. It should be pyramid. Okay, never mind. I'll check again later. Okay, guys. Second last question for tonight. It's not easy lah. Algebra question. I'm sure many of you all can do, right? Today I'm a bit off form. Sorry. Today my form not there. You should have taken a picture and sent it to ChatGPT. Oh, I can do that. Oh, wow. Good this intern. Okay, let me see. You see, ChatGPT is using the area of the pyramid, which already shows that they don't know what they're doing. Okay, never mind. Let's go back to this question here. This paper sec what? This one is for O level. What's the question again? This is the question. This is the second last question. Okay, time now is 8:50. We got 10 minutes left. I think we better get to it. So given that x squared minus 8xy plus 16y squared equals to 0, find the value of xy. So when I see this question, straight away I tell myself, oh, this thing very nice. See, I see the 8 over there, I see the 16 over there. I know this one can be factorized. Okay, can be factorized into a perfect square. So how do we do that? Okay, so you see if you remember, a square minus 2ab plus b square equals to a minus b bracket square, right? So can I use the same thing here? If b square is 16y square, that means your b is 4y, right? Your b is 4y. If your b is 4y, that means your 2ab will be 8xy. So this one need to be a bit of an expert. You need to practice a lot, guys. There's no sugar coating it. So therefore, x minus 4y square equals to 0. X minus 4y equals to 0. X equals to 4y. So x over y equals to 4. I think somebody managed to get 4, right? Yeah. So well done. So the answer is x over y equals to 4. Okay, so because if x minus 4y bracket square equals to 0, then obviously x minus 4y is also equals to 0, right? Something square equals to 0, that means that something is 0 lah. That something is 0. Cross method also can. Okay, yeah, of course, yeah. You can also use the cross method. Good point. You don't have to actually memorize the formula. Okay, let's go back to the question just now, guys. So just now I made a mistake. I made a blunder. What was my blunder? There, can you see this part here? This part here wrong. So I must change. Okay, so let me change. Okay lah, I tell you what, I don't want to use MO, RO, all these are very confusing. Let the initial mass be X. The corresponding radius will be Y. I think I prefer X and Y lah. Okay? So, as I said, your mass and your radius, they are variables. They are variables, they can change about. But we want to ask ourselves, what is the starting value? What is the initial value? Initial is like at the start. Okay, or we give one value to it. Okay, so here the one value will be X. The corresponding value will be Y. Don't forget, there must be a cube over there. So your K here is going to be X over Y cube. So I got it wrong. Just now I put Y cube over X. Blunder. So when X, so now it's no more X. It is increased by 700%. So when it is increased by 700%, the new value is going to be 8x. Okay? Remember what we said? Increase by 700%, that means times 8. So my K just now is X over Y cube. X over Y cube. So, okay, all these are erased first. Don't confuse you all. So now what I'm going to do is I need to go and find my R. I need to find my R. I need to make R the subject of the equation, guys. I need to make R the subject of the equation. So 8xy cube over x equals to R cube. Can you see that? Basically whatever is over here, I bring over to here. What did I do? The y cube, I multiply on top. Right? You multiply both sides by y cube. When you multiply both sides by y cube, the 8x becomes 8xy cube. And then there's an x here, so I need to divide both sides by x. So I get 8xy cube over x. Now the x and the x can cancel. This is the thing that I couldn't do just now. I couldn't do this just now, that's why I was stuck. Because my k was wrong. If you remember, my k was, instead of m naught over r naught cube, it was r naught cube over m naught. Okay, so big blunder there lah. So usually when you're stuck, you all can go back. Alamak, life will end. Usually if you're stuck, guys, you can like check back your work lah. Maybe you did a mistake somewhere. So R is going to be cube root of 8y cube, which will give me 2y. Meaning to say, my radius will double in value. When the mass increases by 700%, the radius will double in value. And we have already said that when the radius doubles in value, or anything doubles in value, radius increases by 100%. Okay, because they want to know what? They want to know the percentage increase. Okay, I write a bit nicely lah. Radius increases by 100%. Okay, so that's the answer lah. Okay guys, so that's all for today. I hope you all had a fruitful session with me. Study hard for your O-levels. They're just 2 months away. Okay, so I wish you all the best. Have a good week ahead. Hopefully see you all next week, Wednesday, same time, same place. This is Coach Nawa signing off. Thank you for your kind attention. Continue to do well, and these notes will be uploaded in our Telegram group. So go and get them. Okay, and then go and revise again. Okay, bye-bye.